Good morning everyone. In this video, we are going to cover the current affairs. For mobile optimized ebooks, please install GKToday Academy app. For regular updates, please join our Telegram channel. This is the name of Telegram channel, GKToday YouTube. Now we have started a new channel, Civils Academy. So if you are preparing for UPSC and state PCS examinations, you can subscribe to this channel. Now let's start. The Atal Tunnel that was seen in news recently is located in which state of India? So this tunnel is located in Himachal Pradesh and this tunnel is under Rohtang Pass. Now recently this tunnel was in news as Himachal Pradesh Chief Minister Jairam Thakur announced that this tunnel will be inaugurated by Prime Minister in September. Now this tunnel was renamed after Atal Bihari Vajpayee on Good Governance Day. What is Good Governance Day? So it was on 25th of December and it is the birth anniversary of former Prime Minister Atal Bihari Vajpayee. Now on this occasion, one new scheme was also announced and it is Atal Bhujal Yojana. Bhujal stands for groundwater. So it is a scheme for groundwater and this scheme will be implemented by Ministry of Jal Shakti and it is a 6,000 crore rupees scheme and the scheme is being funded by the Government of India and World Bank in 50-50 equation. That means 50% of the funding will be provided by Government of India, 50% funding will be provided by World Bank. Now, on the occasion of this Good Governance Day, one new index was also released and it is Good Governance Index, that is GGI. This index has been released by Ministry of Personnel, Public Grievances and Pensions. Now, as per this Good Governance Index, there are three categories. One is Big States category, second is Northeast and Hill States, and third category is of Union Territories. So as per Big States category, Tamil Nadu is on top position. As per Northeast and Hill States category, Himachal Pradesh is on top position. And in terms of Union Territories, Puducherry is on top position. Gangotri National Park, which was seen in news recently, is located in which state of India? So it is in Uttarakhand. Recently, this park was in news because of woolly flying squirrel. Now, as per IUCN list, this is in red list and therefore this national park in Uttarakhand was in news. Now, what is IUCN? It is International Union for Conservation of Nature. What is this red list? This red list assesses the conservation status of species. Now, coming back to Uttarakhand, Uttarakhand was also in news as India's first lichen park was started in Uttarakhand. Apart from that, the state was also in news as recently it started heli services under Udan scheme. What is Udan? It is Ude Desh Ka Aam Nagarik. It is a scheme of Ministry of Civil Aviation. Campa Fund that was seen in news recently is associated with which union ministry? So it is related to Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change. Now, recently Environment Minister Mr. Prakash Javadekar directed that 80% of this Campa Fund have to be used for plantation and afforestation. Now first thing first, what exactly is this Campa? It stands for Compensatory Afforestation Fund Management and Planning Authority. So in simplest term, it is the compensation that is to be paid for diverting forest land for non-forest project. That means you are cutting forest and therefore you are paying this compensation money so that forest in some other areas can be planted. That means trees in some other areas can be planted in a compensation to this forest. And for this purpose, this is Campa Fund and the creation of this Campa Fund was directed by the Supreme Court in 2002 in T.N. Godavarman case. So as per this Campa Fund, there are two important organizations. One is National Compensatory Afforestation Fund. So it is under Public Account of India. Second is State Compensatory Afforestation Fund. It is under public account of that particular state. So out of the total funding, 90% of the funding will be provided to states and 10% funding will be provided to the national level authority. And out of the total fund, 80% of the money will be used for afforestation and plantation drives. So this was the question. Which organization is to conduct the World Solar Technology Summit? Right answer is ISA, that is International Solar Alliance. So the summit will be organized virtually in September. Now what is ISA? It is International Solar Alliance. The headquarters of ISA is in Haryana in Gurugram. The formal name of ISA is IASPA, that is International Agency for Solar Policy and Application. Now recently it was also in news as now all the members of United Nations can join International Solar Alliance. That means countries which are beyond tropics, that is tropics of Cancer and tropics of Capricorn, even those countries can join International Solar Alliance. So recently ISA was in news because of this change. Which institution has topped the ARIIA 2020 in the centrally funded institution category? So it is IIT Madras. IIT Madras is on top in terms of centrally funded institutions category of ARIIA. And this ARIIA stands for Atal Ranking of Institutions on Innovation Achievement. And this is an initiative of MHRD, that is Ministry of Human Resource Development. Now recently MHRD was also in news because of INDSET, that is Indian Scholastic Assessment. So recently MHRD conducted the first ever INDSET test under its Study in India program. Now recently MHRD was also in news as new education policy was approved, and as per this education policy MHRD will be now MOE, that is Ministry of Education. Now in this new education policy the target of public spending on education is 6% of GDP. One more thing, in this NEP there is one organization and it is PARAK. Answer in comment box what is the objective of this organization PARAK. The government of which country has launched an innovation challenge fund in India? So it has been launched by UK, and this will be used to support the scientists to fight challenges like COVID-19 and other environmental threats. Now if we talk about UK, India is the second largest investor in UK. USA is the largest investor in UK. UK was also in news because of Global Vaccine Summit. And during this summit, India announced $15 million for Gavi. Gavi stands for Global Alliance for Vaccines and Immunization. Now recently Gavi was also in news because of COVAX Alliance. This COVAX Alliance aims to provide fair and equitable access to the COVID-19 vaccines to all the countries. Now for this alliance, 3 organizations have collaborated. One is WHO, that is World Health Organization. One is CEPI, that is Coalition for Epidemic Preparedness Innovation. And third one is Gavi. Now recently WHO was in news as the chief scientist of WHO, Dr. Soumya Swaminathan, was awarded by the Tamil Nadu, and she was conferred with the Tamil Nadu Chief Minister's Special Award for her role in combating the COVID-19 in the state of Tamil Nadu. Which racing driver has won the Spanish Grand Prix Formula 1 tournament? So Lewis Hamilton won it. Capital of Spain is Madrid. Recently Spain was in news because of COP25. What is COP? It is Conference of Parties. It is a part of UNFCCC, that is United Nations Framework Convention on Climate Change. So this 25th Conference of Parties held in Spain. It was supposed to be held in Chile, but due to protest, this was organized in Spain in Madrid under the presidency of Chile government. Now COP26 is going to be in Glasgow, and recently it was postponed because of the COVID issue. The world's tallest Pier bridge is being constructed by Indian Railways in which state of India? So it is in Manipur, and it is constructed by Indian Railways across river Izai. So it is going to be the tallest pier bridge in the world, and it is of 141 meter. Now this bridge is a part of Jiribam Tupul Imphal railway line. Now recently Manipur was also in news because of Khudol initiative. Answer in comment box what is this Khudol initiative. Manipur was also in news as the black rice of Manipur got GI tag recently. A quality control laboratory for seafood testing has been set up by MPEDA in which state of India? So it was set up in Gujarat in Porbandar, and it is a quality control laboratory for seafood testing, and it has been set up by MPEDA. Now Gujarat was also in news because of Bhadbut project, and it is a barrage over river Narmada. Recently Gujarat was also in news as Ahmedabad Municipal Corporation announced that they are going to rename 2 flyover bridges after 2 prominent politicians. One is Arun Jaitley and another one is Sushma Swaraj. Gujarat was also in news as recently MOTA, that is Ministry of Tribal Affairs, announced 9 tribal leaders museums. And the biggest of these museums will be in Rajpipla in Gujarat, which is the new industrial corridor proposed to be set up by the government of Karnataka. So it is Mysuru-Bidar Industrial Corridor. This was recently proposed, and this will be built by the state to promote the development of industry and commerce. For the 2019-20, which seafood was the largest product to be exported from India? So it is shrimp. So frozen shrimp was the major export product among the seafood, and it was followed by frozen fish. Now it is important to note that MPEDA has a target to increase the export of seafoods to 1 trillion by 2030. What is MPEDA? It is Marine Products Export Development Authority, and it is under Ministry of Commerce, and it is the nodal agency for the holistic development of the seafood industry in our country. Recently, seafood industry was also in news as the 22nd edition of India International Seafood Show was organized in Kochi, and it is in Kerala, which organization has built a 180 feet bridge in Pithoragarh district of Uttarakhand. So it is BRO, that is Border Roads Organization, and the name of the bridge is Bailey Bridge. Now BRO is under MOD, that is Ministry of Defense, and the present Director General of BRO is Lieutenant General Harpal Singh. So these were the most important questions of today's quiz. Now we are going to cover important news. Feel free to skip it at your own risk if you do not like the format. So first news is related to NRA, that is National Recruitment Agency. So recently Union Cabinet approved this NRA, and this will be responsible for the recruitment process of central government jobs. So it will have representatives from Railway Ministry, from Finance Ministry, from SSC, RRB, as well as from IBPS. So this is going to be your recruitment agency, and it will conduct the entire process. Next is Luis Rodolfo Abinader. So recently he became the 54th president of Dominican Republic. Next is Reliance Retail Ventures Limited. So recently Reliance Retail Ventures Limited acquired 60% stakes in Vitalik Health Private Limited, and it acquired NetMeds completely. That means it acquired 100% stakes in NetMeds. Next is Jan Bachat Khata. So this is an initiative by Fino Payment Bank. So it is Aadhaar based, that means Aadhaar authentication based digital saving account. Next is tackling the COVID-19 youth employment crisis in Asia and Pacific. So recently this report was released by ILO, that is International Labour Organization, in association with Asian Development Bank. Next is Palikuttam National Award for Innovation in Education. So recently St. Christopher School in Nagaland won this first ever Palikuttam National Award for Innovation in Education. Next is Delhi Meerut Regional Rapid Transit System. So this RRTS was in news as ADB, that is Asian Development Bank, approved $1 billion loan to construct this Delhi Meerut RRTS, and this is going to be first of its kind in our country, and it will be implemented by NCRTC. What is NCRTC? It is NCR Transport Corporation. Next is Swadeshi Microprocessor Challenge. So recently Minister of Electronics and Information Technology, Mr. Ravi Shankar Prasad, launched this Swadeshi Microprocessor Challenge. So the idea is to provide a strong ecosystem for startups, innovation and research in our country, and this is a part of Atmanirbhar Bharat. So the idea is to provide good ecosystem for the manufacturing and development of microprocessors. Next is Shahjan Mujib. So recently Shahjan Mujib was in news because he was appointed as the National Brand Ambassador for Swachh Bharat campaign by the AMC, that is Aligarh Municipal Corporation. So Aligarh Municipal Corporation appointed Shahjan Mujib as the National Brand Ambassador for Swachh Bharat Abhiyan, and Shahjan Mujib is a playback singer. Next is Nirman Sri. So recently European Union launched this project Nirman Sri for women empowerment. So the idea behind this project is to train women in different works in housing sector. So this is a project for women empowerment by providing them proper skills. And this will be implemented in 2 states. One is Odisha and one is Maharashtra. So the name of initiative is Nirman Shri. This was launched by European Union. It will be implemented in Odisha and Maharashtra, and it is an initiative to empower women by providing them proper skills. Next is Disloyal, the true story of former personal attorney to President Donald Trump. So this is a book by Michael Cohen, and it was in news because it is set to publish. Next is A Bend in Time. So it is a collection of different stories and essays by the children and young adults. And the introduction is written by Bizel Vacharajni. Next is Digital Quality of Life Index 2020. So this index was prepared by Surf Shark. And as per this index, Denmark is on top position. And as per this index, Israel provides the cheapest internet in the world. If we talk about India, then India is on 9th position in terms of internet affordability. Overall, India is on 57th position. Next is SYL, that is Satluj Yamuna link. So in 1966, Haryana became a separate state and it was separated from Punjab. So this canal link was proposed to share the water between Punjab and Haryana. Now there is a dispute about this water sharing as well as about this canal which is going to connect the Satluj and Yamuna. So please read about this dispute. What is the stand of Punjab? What is the stand of Haryana? What is the role of Rajasthan in this entire SYL canal? Please read about it. This is your homework. Next is Dhanvantri Rath. So recently AIIA, that is All India Institute of Ayurveda, partnered with Delhi Police, and as per this Dhanvantri Rath initiative, a mobile unit will be provided by AIIA for extending the Ayurveda health services in the residential colonies of Delhi Police. Thank you, and that's all for the day.